Alastair, what do you make of that? You maybe could have had a lead at quarter time, but didn't, and then progressively it sort of got away.
We were really pleased with the way that we started the game, and put the Gold Coast side under some pressure early in the game. We just couldn't convert some of our opportunities, and we thought up until three-quarter time, even though the scoreboard was just slowly getting away from us, we thought we were still in the game in general play. It wasn't like, for a 10-goal loss, it wasn't like they dominated general play or anything. We had our chances. We ended up having more disposals than what they did. We just couldn't convert those opportunities with the ball into depth inside 50. That was a pleasing part about the first quarter. We were able to lock the ball into our front half a bit and just keep it to a pretty low scoring game, even though we didn't capitalise on some of our chances. But as the game unfolded, we gave up too much of the ball through the middle of the ground, and they really punished us on turnover. And and then unfortunately the last quarter, just a bit dead on our feet. They bring on Bailey Humphries as a sub and plays in the middle of the ground. The last quarter has 6 clearances in a quarter. So he played a terrific last quarter. He's fresh and made a significant impact, and we just couldn't curtail that. So the game just got away from us a bit in the last quarter, which was unfortunate, because I didn't think the game itself reflected a 10-goal loss. I thought we played good enough footy to be closer on the scoreboard, but to Gold Coast credit, they capitalised on their chances, and they'd perhaps be disappointed when they kicked 17 goals, 18. The 67 inside 50s. So anyway, we get back to work. We thought our defence battled manfully against 67 inside 50s, and McCurch's had another 30 touches. Combins played another really good game. I thought Luke McDonald played really well for us in the back half and saved us on a number of occasions. Archer's coming back from his injury and played his second game for the season. So we're pleased with some of the things that are happening in our back end. I just thought that our midfield, particularly as the game wore on, their midfield got on top and won the clearance battle convincingly in the last quarter, which I think it was 23 inside 50s to 10 in the last quarter, which is really disappointing. They were able to convert 7 goals out of those opportunities that they had. So we'll get back to work and try and improve on some of those things for next week's game.
Is that drop off, do you think, particularly in the last quarter, a fitness thing, or is it a getting away from what you want them to do? Or
no, geez, I do. It's tough when you're behind on the scoreboard by a fair margin at three-quarter time, and they bring on a fresh bloke. They've got run, and you're trying to chase down a lead in hot conditions that. There's just pretty sapping conditions to play footy, and if you're behind on the scoreboard, it just makes it that extra yard harder to catch up. So anyway, we're a young side that need to learn to work our way through that, but pretty unique and unusual conditions. And the best thing in these type of conditions is try to make sure you're in front at three-quarter time, I reckon. And we unfortunately weren't there. What's that, sorry?
We saw Archer come bowling off in the second quarter and came back in third. Is there any injury concerns there?
Yeah, no, he just rolled an ankle or something. Just got it restrapped and came back on. I was really pleased with Archer's game. I thought he was really, really competitive for us, and a lot of our defenders did a really, really strong job under a fair amount of duress, and so we were pleased with the way that they held up, and Archer's one of those.
What's the coaching challenge like when you haven't won yet, obviously? I guess the longer it goes, does it become a burden for the players to wear? What's the coaching challenge?
No, you just keep working your way through it, and keep giving these lads exposure to top level AFL footy, and they learn every week, and and just bit by bit, we'll just see improvements in our game and the way that we're going about it. I thought the first quarter in particular, when the ball was perhaps a little bit drier, and I just thought Gold Coast over the course of the game ended up handling when it got a little bit slipperier and dewier and sweatier, and I just thought Gold Coast were more polished with ground balls. We went to ground a little bit too much. They kept their feet. They were cleaner in the take on a ground ball than what we were, and that's just a learning thing for a lot of our players, and also learning how to play the conditions, and they just managed a little bit and adjusted better as the game wore on. When the conditions were sort of normal like they were down in Melbourne, we're actually pretty good and right in the game. But as the game wore on, they were much more adept at the conditions than what we were.
You mentioned the coach earlier. I was been pleased he kept sort of persisting and endeavouring the whole night.
Yeah. He and Fisher gave us some run and rebound off our half back line, particularly early in the game, and we continue to. I think Fisher's played about 15 games in the back end, so he's learning a new position, and I think he's taken some steps forward in that space. And McKerch has played 9 games of AFL footy, one of which he was out in the first quarter with an injury. So I think that's the 3rd week in a row where he's managed to have 30 touches and show some of the things. Takes some ground, uses the ball really well. We're really pleased with the progress that he's making. There for our supporters at home, they're just the little wins. I know they'll be disappointed that we're losing games of footy, but they're the little wins that we're searching for with some of our players. The progress that we're making. At some point in time, this club's going to turn this around. It's disappointing that we're losing games of footy, but as long as we keep blooding these kids and giving them some exposure, then the wheel will turn for us eventually. Good on you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks.